let's go ahead and take a look, see how we did. Did I max out? Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. I was not expecting this. Hello, everybody. My name is BearCozy, and today we're playing some more Awaken Chaos Era. Now, logging into the game right away, it looks like we have a new hero, which is really, really cool. If I click the go button, it actually wants me to go ahead and summon for that chance. As you can see on the bottom, I am now up to 9.5% chance to get another legendary, which is awesome. If you missed, the first legendary I got from my free summons was Gangelo, so that was really, really cool. I have not built him just yet, and I plan on working on that very shortly. So since we're on this page, let's go ahead and get our free daily summon right out of the way. And our daily summon is Rourke. Okay, not too great, but we're doing okay. Let's go ahead and pop one more, see if we can get ourselves a good hero. And actually, Valak is actually pretty nice. Now, I believe he's actually a budget version of Gangelo, so if you don't have yourself a Gangelo, he actually does some good poisons. I'm going to continue doing 1 or 2 summons per day unless there's a summoning event, and hopefully we're going to continue acquiring much needed heroes. Moving on to the tavern, our daily summon did not give us anything great, but that's okay. We can still use him in an ascension. So if you're joining me here for the first time, my name is BearCozy. I strive to make not only entertaining, but also educational content. We're also doing play-alongs together as we go through the game, and we're progressing together. So if you're playing the game and you're enjoying it, feel free to play along. We're going through the adventure together. We're going through the dungeons together, and I try to record as much as I can, and I typically start with my free daily summon. Let's have a quick look at our events for today. Today we actually have a gear enhancement event, which is what I've been waiting on for quite some time. I just finished the gear collection event, maxed that out, and now it's time to level some gear. Let's have a quick look here at the rewards and the milestone rewards. Of course, the first thing I notice is the 3-star pumpkin, which actually there's 3 of them, which is great. Foodie is fantastic since he only requires half the experience needed to level, so he is the best one to take the 5 stars. Max him right out so you can make some more 60s. The event points are actually very, very good. I try to reach the event points in every event that I do, and I've actually just used my 800 event points to get myself an Aurak. If you don't know how to get yourself an Aurak, I made a video all about it, but I'll show you very quickly. So from your tavern screen, go to the bartender, and on the left-hand side, you can actually go ahead and click on the event shop in the left-hand side, and you can see there's Aurak. I actually had 2 different options. One was a 600 cost, and the other one was 800. The 800 actually gave me a full Aurak, so that is what I used it on. And I actually made a video about this. If you have not seen it, check out that video. I'll throw the thumbnail up on the screen so you can go ahead and check that out. I walk through just how to get it. So today, since we have the leveling event going on, let's level some gear. Right now, here is my roster. I have 2 level 60s. Zatlux is level 60, and my second 60 is Nathalia, and I do have a couple of 50s. My roster is very small, as you can see. I have not leveled very many heroes to max, and I'm only leveling the heroes that I absolutely need. In yesterday's video, I actually went ahead and ascended Zatlux. I did finish the Hero Covenants, and I got him ascended 1 time, which actually gave him 15% more base attack, which is really, really helpful. So here's what I want to do. I want to start with Nathalia, and I want to work on her gear first. Right now, my rotation is William, Connor for the buffs, Nathalia, and then Zatlux. My Zatlux is currently not strong enough to clear the waves all by himself, so I have Nathalia going first, and then Zatlux comes in and cleans up if there's anybody left. Eventually, I want Zatlux to be able to clean the waves up all by himself, so Nathalia can save her ultimate for the dungeon bosses. Looking at her gear really quick, she's in a rage set and a warrior set. On her warrior set, her boots are actually speed, and that is primarily for arena. I currently have her going at 141 speed for arena. Now, my challenge with leveling gear is I would like to put her in attack boots to give her much needed attack, because as you could see, 2700 is way too low. But I have her in speed boots for arena. Now, I currently don't have a win streaks to make my team go faster, which is unfortunate. I do have Hydricia, however, which has speed down, but she is not leveled. So that is something that I'm considering doing. Maybe instead of Wintrix, I can use Hydricia for that speed down so I can drop some speed on my heroes. So as you're going through and as you're looking at gear and as you're figuring out what gear to put on which heroes, keep that in mind. Everything in this game is relative to what you're trying to do. And right now, it's a delicate balance for me between speed and more damage. As I said, I use all of my current heroes in Arena as well as Dungeons and Adventure because my roster is very, very small, so I have to keep that in mind. The common question I keep getting is, what gear do I get, where do I get it, and what gear do I use on heroes? For this, there is no simple answer. Everything is a progress and everything is going to depend on your account and how progressed you are. The basic idea, the main thing you want to focus on, your damage dealers need 100% crit and they need as much crit damage as you can get them. Now, if you're focusing on Arena, if you're doing Arena, it is very, very important to have speed in Arena. And I have her in speed boots primarily because I don't have a Winstrix or anyone else to speed up my team. So that is what I've been doing. I would love to be able to put her in attack percent boots. And as you can see, I do have some here that are not leveled up all the way, but it did not roll speed, which is not really good. So if I put these on, you could see my speed drops to 109, which is not only way too slow for Arena, but also really slow for Dungeons. So my team is just going to get completely destroyed. So for me right now, it's a very delicate balance. Hey, you're still watching the video. That means you're enjoying the content. And if you're enjoying the content, that means somebody else will also. Click the subscribe button below and help this video reach more people so they can enjoy it as well. But the main focus for your damage dealers is 100% crit, as much crit damage as you can get, and then try to keep your speed where you're going before your enemy. If you're finding yourself going after your enemy, especially in Dungeons and Arena, of course, Arena is going to require a lot more speed than Dungeons, depending on your rank. But if you're finding yourself going after your enemy, you need more speed. Now, Nathalia is actually really good in a guard set, and she's actually good in a cursed set. Of course, guard set is a 2-piece, and the cursed set is a 4-piece. And since I need the rage set to help me get my crit rate, I am most likely not going to be using her in a guard set. And right now, I only have 2 pieces of the guard set, as you can see here, which is very, very bad. So my focus right now is going to be on the warrior set and the rage set. And as I've said before, everything is dependent on your account and how far you've progressed. Now, typically, when you're working on gearing your heroes, I actually like to start with the boots and start there, depending on if you need attack or if you need some speed. I do have a couple boots of each. So depending on what you need, that's where we start. Now, how do you know if you need attack boots or if you need speed boots? The quick and easy answer is if you're going last, you need more speed. The more complicated answer would be it all depends on what stage you're farming, where you are, what rank in Arena you are. And a lot of that is actually trial and error. So the thing that you could do is try to get your required speed from your substats on all of your other pieces. And I like to keep at least 130 speed minimum. And if you hit 130 speed, then you can use attack boots. And if you're finding yourself still too slow, then keep a pair of speed boots handy. That way you can make up the difference. So the next question I get quite a bit is, how do you know what gear to keep? Taking a quick look at these rage boots, for example, they are 5-star. They are attack percent, which is very important. And looking at their secondary stats, I see right away that it has crit damage percentage. So these might be worth rolling a couple of levels to see if it can roll on crit damage. It does also have a flat health, which is not ideal. Ideally, you want all percent substats, but crit damage is really, really good. Taking a quick look at the secondary stats, you could see that these boots can have crit rate and crit damage. So that would actually be the 2 ideal secondary stats. If they both had crit rate and crit damage, that would be definitely worth rolling. Now, if I had boots with speed on it, like these here, I wish I had another pair of attack boots with a secondary stat of speed and it actually rolled speed. That would be ideal. These boots are actually fairly good. It landed twice on crit rate, as you could see here. Unfortunately, it rolled twice on flat attack, which is not ideal. But since they're attack boots, flat attack is better than flat defense. So what we can do is we can go ahead and enhance them and see if we can actually get one more roll on speed or crit rate. Me personally, when I enhance gear, I just end up using all the junk that I don't use, and I really don't focus on 4-star or below. There's really no reason to level 4-star gear unless you're desperate and you need it to fill out the set. Let's go ahead and roll these boots to 15, and we'll see if we can actually get something else on these. And it actually rolls +1 defense, which is not good at all. We are going to keep these boots. They're actually really nice. They are 5-star. I'm going to go through, roll some more gear. Let's see what else we have. We have this one, which is actually pretty good. It has focus, attack rate, and crit rate. The 5-star sword might be worth taking to 15. Okay, so taking a look at this necklace, you could see that it does have a secondary speed stat. However, it's a flat attack. Flat attack, we do not want. Looking at the necklace right next to it, you could see that this one actually has a health percentage, which would be really good for a health hero. And it does have focus and speed. So right away, I'm thinking Brand Mountain King, I'm thinking William, and I think we can actually possibly give this one a couple of rolls and see what we can get. To +6, let's see what it gives us. We actually get a flat health, focus stayed the same, speed stayed the same. Not ideal. But the necklace can actually be very good since it has focus and health. Taking a look at these rage boots, you can see that they are flat defense. Even though it has a secondary stat of speed, these are just going in the dumpster. What I'm looking for is primarily something like a crit rate ring, hopefully attack damage, crit rate, or speed. Looking at the secondary stats on the rings, it can actually have crit rate, crit damage, and speed, so that would be a perfect piece. Okay, going to 12 now. Here we are. Let's go ahead and enhance one more time, see what we get. We actually get a second roll on crit damage. That is becoming a very, very nice piece. We actually ended up rolling +2 on crit damage, +1 on crit rate, so that's actually very, very nice. I'm going to leave that at 12. I'm going to see what else I can roll. Her boots right now are speed boots, and I think I'm going to keep her there because if I switch her to attack boots, she is going to lose way too much speed. I went ahead and I looked at the sub-stats on most of my gear, and I really don't have a lot of gear with speed sub-stats, so that means I need to come up with speed from somewhere, and right now that's going to be her boots. Let's leave her there for a second. Let's go ahead and check out Connor. Connor is actually starving for gear. I geared him in the very, very beginning, and this is how I left him. I forgot all about it, and he's way overdue. So right now, he is built primarily for arena. You could see I built him in speed, and he's at 166, and that is primarily so he can go first before the damage dealers to put up the buffs, so Nathalia can wipe out the other team. So I need to actually rebuild him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unequip everything. And then I'm going to go to manage gear, as that's the easiest thing to do. And let's see, do we have speed boots? Let's start with speed boots. I know he needs speed boots. I know his shield actually scales off of his attack, but I really don't want to stack him an attack. The Terra set would be really good for him. And actually, as a secondary stat of attack, Terra set will give him more survivability. We do, of course, have the Raider set with attack, so that actually might be really good for getting him faster and getting him to go a little bit quicker. Get rid of all this 4-star gear, which feels kind of bad, but we do need it to actually... And now we're on to the 5-star stuff. Ooh, so this is actually going to be very, very interesting. So here's a good example of boots you want to sacrifice. These boots have % defense, which is fairly good. You can use that on a defense-based hero. The secondary stat is kind of crappy since it's flat, but it's not terrible. The boots right to the left of it is actually flat defense. So anything with a flat stat for me is absolute rubbish. Same thing here, the attack % I want to keep. And so we're kind of continuing the process of picking out the flat attack, flat HP. As you can see, flat HP and flat attack can go. And we're continuing the process of just picking out the boots that we don't want to sacrifice. Here's a really good example of good boots to keep. 7% health. So that will help on a health-based hero, a hero that scales their damage or the healing off of health. And of course, on the secondary stat, the defense is actually percentage. Those are really good to keep, and we can actually lock those so we don't sacrifice them. So we can actually throw a few more charms and get it right to 12, and you could see I am running out of charms. We actually do land on attack, which is really good. So our attack does go up a little bit, and we did level these boots. Right now, I'm not leveling my gear to 15, not all of it, because I'm running out of charms and I'm running out of gear to sacrifice. But we can get some of our gear leveled up to level 9 or 12, and that should help quite a bit. Well, this is interesting. So I found a 4-star Raider ring in the Raider set, which is nice. It has defense percentage, which will give a lot more survivability to Connor, which is nice. It does have a secondary attack stat, which is really good because Connor's shields scale off attack. So let's go ahead and enhance that a little bit. Even though this ring is only 4-star, I think it might be okay to enhance. So let's go ahead and enhance that a couple of times and see what we can actually get out of it. I know it's a 4-star, but it actually gives us resistance and flat defense. The resistance is nice, the flat defense, not so much. So I actually found this ring in a Terra set, which is actually health percentage on the ring. It has 2 secondary stats, attack percent and defense percent. The attack percent, of course, will give Connor bigger shields as his shields scale off attack, and defense percentage combined with health percentage will give him a lot more survivability. So let's go ahead and enhance that a few times and see what we can do. Let's go right to 9, assuming we can get to 9. You could see I'm running out of charms here. And let's go ahead and pop that. See, we actually get 1 roll on defense and a new stat of crit damage. Crit damage we don't really care about since we're not using Connor for crit damage. But the added defense is actually very, very nice. So I'm going to leave that at 9 right now. So since Connor is already at 167 speed, I think what I'm going to try to do is get Connor in 1 set of the Raptor and maybe 2 sets of the Terra. So let's see, we have 3 pieces of the Terra set now, and I'm looking for a necklace, preferably a health percent, which we do have. That will make him a lot tankier, which is really, really good. And let's see what else we have. Health and defense, resistance, and health. Actually, this one's not bad. It does have focus on it. It's only 4-star, but that one's not bad. Connor does have a defense break on his primary, which is really good, and he does need some focus. Let me take a quick look at this 4-star health necklace. It does have focus on it, which will help Connor break defense on his primary ability. So let me roll that a few times, and I hate to sacrifice all this gear, but what must be done, must be done. Let's go to 6, see what we get. And then from there, we can continue. We actually get crit rate. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and sacrifice some more of this junk and see what we can do. Let's go right to 9 and see if 9 gives us any more goodness. Okay, we do get 1 roll of focus, double roll on crit rate. That's actually not too bad. It is only 4-star, but the extra added focus might be beneficial for breaking defense. So as you could see, I think let's go ahead and change that out. His gear is still very low. It still needs work, but we actually got him to 167 speed, which is good. Crit rate and crit damage we're not really worried about. Focus is at 13%, which is still low, but we are early game, and that should be much better than what he had before. So looking at his info, he's actually doing okay. He's at 167. His attack is very low, but he is only level 50. All right, leveling Zatlux boots to 9. I actually get 1 roll on crit damage, which is awesome. That is really, really good. Health we had, so health doesn't change. Crit damage goes up, and that'll help. Of course, the base speed goes up. His boots are still only level 9. As you can see, I'm actually out of gear, and I'm actually out of charms. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to stop there. Okay, so it looks like we do have some 4-star pieces of the gear, and we can actually just sacrifice all this stuff. I'm not interested in keeping 4-star gear. I'm only interested in keeping 5-star and up. So let's go ahead and sacrifice this. See if we can get this to 9, 10. Might as well let's just go right to 12 if we can. One of the biggest problems, in my opinion, with this game is the lack of gear and the lack of resources to level said gear. I'm actually struggling leveling my gear because I just don't have the resources. But we do have enough to get this axe to level 12. Let's see if we can get maybe another roll on speed or some crit rate or something really good on it. We actually do get crit rate, which is 4%. That's actually not too bad. I'm really happy with this new substat. It's got crit rate on it. We do get 4% from that. So that will actually, I believe, will that max us? His base stats display as 10, but that's actually 30. And then we actually get another 62 from his gear. So we're at 92, which is not too bad. Looking at his crit damage, we're at 194. I would like to break 200 if possible. And his speed actually went up to 143. So that's pretty good. So it looks like we're going to continue working on this 4-star crit damage ring. It's not the best, but that's the best we have. So let's see if I can level it up some more, see what else we got, and maybe try to get it to 12. And hopefully get a crit rate roll, get a speed substat, something that will help us. Let's go ahead and enhance that. Up to 12 we go. And we actually roll focus. Focus is okay. He's not going to be landing any debuffs, but our crit damage does go from 18 to 24, and I believe we just broke 200. So taking a quick look at his info, we actually hit 200 crit damage percentage, which is really good, and that is kind of the base for damage. Anything under 200 is actually not that good. So now that I have 200% crit damage, the next goal is going to be increasing that hopefully to 220 plus, and of course getting his attack over 3,000. That is going to be the goal in the near future. At this point, I am all out of resources, but we did make some improvements. We got some more speed on Zatlux, which is good. We got his crit rate up a little bit. We got his crit damage up quite a bit, which was really, really nice. Nathalia didn't gain that much speed, but she actually improved in other areas. The next near future goal for her would be to get her crit damage over 200, which is going to be good. We did, however, improve Connor really, really nicely. As you remember, Connor had really garbage gear in him. His health almost doubled from where it was, which is still fairly low. But remember, he's only level 50. His speed stayed about the same. I believe we gained 1 speed. His focus went up, which is really good. And I believe that's about it. So that is actually pretty good. I'm going to continue working off camera. Maybe try to work on William a little bit. His gear is not really that great. His speed is 162, which is okay. He's got 10k health. And he does only have 10% focus. So maybe I'll try to give him a little bit more focus. That's going to do it for me. I'll see you in the next video.